Hey YouTube, this is Vitek and Vlad, and today we're doing an unboxing video of my 16-channel logic analyzer. Stay tuned. So if you watch my unboxing video of the Rygo DS1054Z oscilloscope, maybe you took a notice of what I said back then about not buying a higher tier oscilloscope or actually directly an MSO, mixed signal oscilloscope. And basically an MSO is oscilloscope which has an embedded logic analyzer. If you haven't watched that video, you can watch it in the link somewhere here, I assume. Anyways, so I said that I needed the oscilloscope just for, being an oscilloscope, right? I also mentioned that I was gonna get a logic analyzer soon anyways, and at that point I had it already ordered. I was just waiting for it for another couple of weeks or so. That being said, I never got to the point that I would do an unboxing video of the logic analyzer. And actually right now I should be studying for one of my IT certifications, but still I decided to film this and get it over with. So right now I have here logic analyzer 16 channels. Obviously I wrote this with a Sharpie so I know what the heck this box is, because I take the time to actually mark everything that could be enough for me people on the internet to figure out where I live and who I am and whatnot. But as I said, this small inconspicuous box actually contains a 16-channel logic analyzer. This particular model should be, it's not entirely a ripoff, but it is kind of mimicking the Saleae 16 Pro logic analyzer, which is, from what I hear and what I read on the internet, really nice logic analyzer. It has 16 channels, up to 500 megasamples, and seems to be pretty decent logic analyzer. In fact, it should be encased in a small metal box, and it seems to be really versatile. Furthermore, it uses USB 3.0, so it has extremely high bandwidth, up to 5 gigabits. What we have here, though, is a Chinese ripoff. It's a no-name brand. It claims to be able to use the Saleae software, which is nice because it has a lot of embedded functionality like decoding different protocols and whatnot. But this being 16-channel logic analyzer, and this being $37 and some odd cents US with free delivery from China, you could imagine that it's not on par with the other one, right, from Saleae. So this one has up to 100 megasamples in 3 wire sampling mode, and if you go up to 6 wire sampling or 6 signal sampling mode, it would go down to 50 megasamples. So it's considerably lower sampling rate than the one from Saleae. It also uses USB 2.0, and its frequency is rated up to 32 megahertz when you use up to 6 channels, and then it goes down to 16 megahertz if you use 9 or more channels. Well, that's a bummer, but on the other hand, it doesn't cost like 500 bucks. It costs $37.70, right? So let me just rip this box open and show you what's inside. Oops. So, da-da-da-da, we get a little bit of this shit foam that I hate because it leaves balls of foam everywhere. This is the logic analyzer. We have some more pieces of foam in there. There is nothing left here, so I just put everything inside before I make a mess. So we have a USB A to B type 2.0 cable. At least so it says here on the package. And this is some advertisement thing about the company that makes these cables. We don't care about that. You know, just a simple USB 2.0 cable with some really strange logo. I would assume this is the logo of the company that makes them. I don't know. Yeah, I would assume so. Whatever. So, if we unwrap this blower up here, we have an anti-static bag containing our goodies. So this is the Saleae Logic16. I'm not really that familiar with the Saleae product line, so it might be based on an older version of the Saleae Logic analyzers. And there you have it. So you have here 16 channels, 4 grounds, okay, digital input with continuous plus minus 50 volts and ESD protection. I don't see any screws, so I will just unplug the header. Okay, there is an indentation, so you know how to plug it every time. And what I find really nice is that each of these channels is also, has a small, I would assume this is some sort of heat shrink tubing that's put on top of it, but it also says which channel it is, and it should match the whatever is written here. So this one, being channel 8, is the 5th on the lower, and yeah, okay, so these match, which is nice. We also have whoops, okay, that's a little bit shady, but anyways, we have 4 small hooks or clamps that you can use to grab on a chip's leg or something, and these should be compatible with these. Yep. Okay, so far so good. I don't see any screws, as I said, on the body, because probably everything is just glued together. Or there is, just everything's held with hooks or something. I don't want to push it too hard, but I'm really curious to see what's inside. Okay, I guess I'm not opening this one. Okay, so first of all, I was wrong. Basically, it's a ripoff of the older Logic16 Saleae Logic analyzer, which retailed on Adafruit. Adafruit is one of the very few sites that I managed to find it because it's discontinued. Now there is the what's it called, Pro 16, which is USB 3, 500 megasamples and 50 megasamples in analog sample rate. Now the older one has specs as follows. So maximum input bandwidth is 25 megahertz square wave, and the available sampling rates are up to 100 megahertz. That sounds a little bit familiar, I would say. Now if we go to the Logic analyzer that I bought, which is this one here. So if you take a look at, the something going on with my mouse. Anyways, if you take a look at the picture, it's exactly what I got, right? So if we scroll down through everything, you see that it actually uses the Saleae Logic software, which is nice. It shows you how to set it all up and whatnot. But here in the blue text, it says blah 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 blah, can be flexible set sampling rate and the number of acquisition channels. Throughway acquisition time to achieve maximum sampling rate of 100 MHz, 6 times to achieve 50 MHz sampling rate to achieve the highest 32 MHz, 9, 16 when achieve maximum sampling rate 16 MHz. So, or 16 megasamples. So pretty much, you know, what the older one was capable of. At least so it seems. Okay, so so this is the current product line. This is the older one. Unfortunately, there is no Logic16 anymore, but it seems to be pretty much the same. So what I got here is the Saleae Logic software. First of all, I'd like to show you that if we go to preferences, under calibrating info, it would detect it as a Logic16, which is okay. Obviously, it identifies it as Logic16, so maybe it's a complete ripoff. I don't know. Second of all, I have disabled here all but these 3 channels. What I have here is Chinese Saleae Logic Nano, and I have connected 4 pins, 1 to 3.3 reference voltage, which pretty much stays here on all the time, you know, logically high. Then I have connected ground to ground because we need the reference ground, and then I've also hooked up the transmit and receive pins of the embedded ward interface of the Arduino. Now, if I run it like so right now, it won't show me anything because everything is just, you know, put up to logical high. But if I were to open up my Arduino and if I upload my sketch, and now if I run it, come on, here we go. Now we have some information. I've set it up to async serial. Actually, I'm gonna remove analyzer and I will add async serial because this is async serial. Baud rate is 9600. Serial. This should be the trigger channel, so it's channel 1, channel 0. 8 bits per transfer, 1 stop bit, no parity, less significant bit sent first. Pretty much the default configuration. So save. And now we get all these values. Now, if we were to scroll in here, we actually get the values. 255, 255. I would also add another analyzer, async serial, but this time on channel 1 with the same configuration as the channel 0. So if we go around, we see that there are different values. Now, if I had some more meaningful logic that I would be able to sniff at, probably this would have been, you know, a lot more useful. This is just, you know, just a test to see whether the Saleae Logic software actually recognizes the logic analyzer. But everything seems to be just fine, you know. Everything seems to work straight out of the box, which is nice. And I really like the touch that each of the channels is actually named, and you don't need to trace the lead from the logic analyzer to the end of the cable. What I don't like about this particular one is that it has just 4 hooks. And what I don't like about the hooks is that I actually needed to use my tweezers to actually bend the ends a little bit so they grab a little bit more stronger, because otherwise I would connect them to like a pin on the header of the Arduino and it would actually just, you know, slip off. So, you know, this is something worth mentioning. But, you know, besides that, everything seems to be fine, I guess. Maybe I don't know what the actual serial configuration should be here, and this is why it doesn't work. I don't have any Arduino I2C expansion modules. Otherwise, I would have hooked up something up and I would have, put a small sketch together just, to show you guys. But I guess this is, just pretty much self-explanatory. As long as you know what protocol you're snooping, whether it's SPI, whether it's I2C or serial, I guess you should be golden. I would assume that, yeah, okay, there is a whole bunch of additional interfaces that you could actually snoop here with the logic analyzer. So yeah, there you have it. The Saleae Logic16 ripoff of AliExpress. If you're interested in this one, I would put a link in the description so you could check it out and order one if you wish. I mean, for 37 bucks a pop, it's really a no-brainer. I specifically picked up this one because it was a little bit more expensive than the cheapest ones, but it claimed to work with the Saleae software, and now that I see that it does, it's pretty awesome actually. So yeah, there you have it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out develop the channel. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss on any videos that I'm gonna put up soon. I have a lot of unboxing videos, soldering station. I'm gonna be setting up here an electronics workbench with ESD mat, with lighting, with power supply or bench power supply, with oscilloscope. I'll show you my layout and everything. So if you're interested into this, make sure to subscribe so don't miss out on any of the videos that are going online soon. This is VTech, I'm Vlad, thanks for watching.